Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Ooh, okay. All right, that's good. Nope, that's not. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Or as I like to say, it's almost tomorrow. Fancy, fancy. Thank you so much for being here first. And thank you so much for um, supporting Royal Sussex. Thank you for being a member. Oh, and did you gift a membership? Oh my goodness. Thank you very much for that. Greatly appreciate it. Oh, wait a minute. Helen Marmon, you were here first. Oh, you know what? I just went straight to here. So, anyway, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Oh, I don't think I was talking into the microphone, was I? That's okay. I'll remedy that. I might kind of seems like it's out of place for some reason. Uh, huh. Hold on a second. I think I can remedy that. Okay. I think that's better. Yeah. All right. All right. That works. That works. Let me take that away and bring the slides up. Why don't I? Da, 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 da. Da, 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 me on rose. Cha 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 cha. Da 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 da. And blah 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 blah. Me on rose. As I like to say, get loud on the part you know. The part of the song you don't know, you just kind of hum and da da. And then when you get to the part you know, that's when you get loud. Oh, boy, that came up fast. I couldn't believe it. Wow. A repurposed thumbnail? Why not? Okay. Um, Perlina answer. Okay. Is here. Thank you. Hey, Lydia Washington, Esmeralda Dillon, Mary H. Anyway, what do I say every night? I don't think we'll be here more than an hour. I really don't. I don't think we'll be here more than an hour today. Hey, Legs, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, let's get on with it, shall we? So, oh, ooh, you know what? Let me do this while I'm thinking about it. I knew it was something I forgot to do. Or did I? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So, okay, let me do this. Cha 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 cha. Okay, and voila. Okay, so there it is. Let me just share this with you. So this would I be embarrassing myself if I say I don't know who this is? I really do not know who she is. Never seen her before. I haven't kept up with pop culture as much as I um, would have in the past, but okay. But I think we can both sort this out together. Okay. Her name is Akilah. What is her name? Akilah Ford? Yes. And it says here she's Mary Louise Cosmetic, Lucky Girl Rose, Casa something. So Oh, it's Akilah Releford Gould. I've never heard of her before today, but she received a gift box from Meghan. And she posted a nice video, which I'm going to share with you. So, real time, let's take a look here. Oh, okay. Pretty girl. Does she have a wiki? I'm so old fashioned. When I want to know about somebody, the first thing I do is go to wiki. Wikipedia, which I support for $5 a month. And she doesn't have a Wikipedia. Huh, go figure. She's 46 years old? Is she really? Is that the same person? Yeah, I guess she's 46. My goodness. She looks so young. Okay, let me go to her LinkedIn. Oh, I'm not subscribed to LinkedIn, and I refuse to subscribe to LinkedIn. I really should, because I could kind of use it for work. Oh, God, it's just they keep sending you those doggone emails, and I don't want those. Founder CEO of Mary Louise Cosmetics and Lucky Girl Rose. She lives in Beverly Hills, California? Am I like the last person to know anything about her? Oh, that's sad. I am so disconnected. Oh, well, thank you so much. I feel better because you follow her. You know what? Thank you for saying that. I'm gonna follow her too. There we go. I'm gonna follow her and Kelly Rollins and who else? Yeah, I need to start following. Wow, look at that. What a beautiful photo. Oh, I got to share this with you. I got to share this with you. Give me just a second. I am going to share this with you. Oh, she's living the plush life, the soft life, as they say. She is definitely living the soft life. Oh, okay. I tell you what, why don't I do this? And I can cover a whole lot in a single swoop. There we go. How about that? Yes, Mama's living a good life, isn't she? Yes, yes, Queen. You go, Queen. She is living a good life. Let me show you what I got here. Let me show you what I got here. Huh? Huh? What do you think? What do you think? Huh? Okay. Yes, she has curated quite a life for herself. But wait, check this one out. Check this one out. Huh? Happily Ever After. Viral sensation and real life fairy tale CEO Akilah Gould and music executive Andrew Gould love story. My. I've never heard of her before. Also, I never heard of Black Bride magazine. Bridal Bliss unveiled, capturing the essence of timeless style. Wow. Okay. Well, you guys, I think we're all getting to, well, not all of us, but a few of us are getting to know someone new. Now, let me get to that video. If you don't mind, I'm going to do that right now. How about that? Never heard of her before, but she sounds amazing. Okay, here goes.
Sussex sent me a little something. Let's unbox it. I'm going to show you what she sent me, and then I'm going to show you what I'm sending her back. Okay, first, not over this moment. I will be framing this and keeping this forever, obviously. So
You better.
Enjoy. And I don't want to cut it first. Here we go. So gorgeous. Shortbread cookie mix. I've been dying to try the raspberry preserves. Gorgeous. Very, very good. Crepe mix. Herbal lemon ginger tea. Herbal peppermint tea. Herbal hibiscus. And we have our flower sprinkles. This is so beautiful. And as a thank you, I have to send you a harvest basket back. Starting off strong with some Lucky Girl Rosé. Then I was debating between a honey ginger lemon infused balsamic vinaigrette or a pomegranate infused, but I think I'm gonna go with the honey ginger. Then I'm going to send her our garden confetti. I just feel like two Leos exchanging flower sprinkles is like girlhood at its finest, like peak girlhood. I love it. I harvested some citrus yesterday from Casa Luce and Bloom. Next, I'm gonna be sending her our honey. This is a wildflower honey. Toffee crumble from the ranch. I was debating between two sugars, but I mean, like, who doesn't want more sugar? So I'm gonna do a citrus sugar and then a strawberry powdered sugar that we make at the ranch as well. Granola, some black pepper Parmesan sourdough bread from the ranch, which is basically just like this cacio e pepe goodness, and a loaf of bread. At the ranch, we are currently harvesting so much lavender. I like to use this for soaps. You can even infuse these for cocktails and different honeys, which is chef's kiss. And we also use that same lavender for our lavender linen spray, so I'm gonna send her that too. And lastly, I'm gonna be sending her some lilacs that we just harvested from the ranch. I don't know if you can see behind me, but this is just one bucket that I picked up. I have 6 bunches of lilacs here. These are so fragrant, and I think that she will love them. So cute. Megan, thank you so much for my amazing gift box. I'm gonna go get this off, and then I think I'm gonna make some crepes and sit by the pool. Bye, guys.
Wow. She is amazing. She's amazing. She has got this down to a science. And that, of course, is soft living. She has got this down to a science. Good for her. Let's take another look at that there. Okay, there's the lilacs. Uh-huh. Okay, and she's been on the cover of Essence in that group shot, I guess. Got kind of a French country looking dining room. That kind of, what is it, French provincial? Not bad, not bad. And they're raising chickens. Look, they're raising chickens. Well, my. You learn something new every day. I've never heard of this young lady before, but she seems pretty awesome. And I would gladly accept one of her gift baskets as well. I would gladly accept one of those. And she lives on a ranch. Huh. Go figure. She has a winery? Well, I'm going to have to read about them. Her and her husband. I'm going to have to read about them. They seem like an awesome power couple. That is very, very cool. And how did I say she was? 47? How is that possible? Although, listen, you guys, I have one pet peeve, and she didn't do it too much, and she doesn't have those, but when the influencers, when the TikTokers and everybody else, when you show me a product and you start clicking those fingernails, that grates on my nerves like you wouldn't believe. Oh, I cannot stand it. You lift up a bottle of conditioner, click, 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 click. You hold up a spoon, click, 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 click. You hold up some ketchup, click, click, click. I cannot stand that. I cannot stand that. Whoever started that, please stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I don't know if that's supposed to be like some kind of visual you know, that, you know what I mean? Oh, I cannot stand it. I hate that. Please stop doing that. Whoever is doing it, please stop doing it. Stop clicking on stuff. Stop clicking your nails at me. I'm already looking at the screen. Okay, I'm a easy. What is that? How do they say it? I'm a easy date. You don't need to help me focus. As you can see, I've had this bottled up for a while. Anyway, I'm glad she didn't do it too much. It's very distracting to me. So the winery ranch is from parents' side, old money. Her money or his money? Who's got the old money? Um, okay. Oh, okay. The winery ranch is from her parents' side, old money. My. Okay, I got that. Well, Nana is limited to that one click. It's not the sound so much as the visual and the sound combined. Not to mention the rapid click, click, click. I cannot stand it. I do not like that. Yeah, that one right there is a big turn off for me. Sometimes I'll watch something, and as soon as I see those nails going, I switch to something else. I'm done right there. But okay. Anyway, she's a delightful young lady, and Feminegra actually has an article, which I'm always going to share those Feminegra articles because I think they are just amazing. Okay. Where is okay, that is from today. Oh no, not that. Let's go home and how come I don't see her? Well, maybe it wasn't that important anyway. Okay, let me try this now. So her family's got some old money. Old money or new money, it all spins the same, right? As Tina Turner told Ike Turner, whether I sing it fast or I sing it slow, it all sounds the same. What you say, Anime? I said, it all sounds the same. Fellas, me and Anime got some talking to do. Get away from me, Ike. Don't F with me, Ike. Whether I sing it fast or sing it slow. He got really upset when she said that, huh? Anime, sing that song like I told you. Whether I sing it fast or sing it slow, it all sounds the same. What's that? I said it all sounds the same. Fellas, me and Anna Mae got some talking to do. But she wasn't lying. It all sounds the same. Whether I sing it fast or I sing it slow, it all sounds the same. I'm sorry. Let me focus. That tickled me so bad though. Anna Mae, I said sing that song like I told you to sing it. Whether I sing it fast or I sing it slow at all. Oh boy. I was like, oh, maybe you shouldn't say that. Maybe you shouldn't say that, Anna Mae. But yeah, she had enough of it. Anna Mae was like, you want me to try to sing this song different, and it's just like the last 10 songs. It all sounds the same. uh anyway, what was I talking about? I was looking for the thing, wasn't I? It all sounds the same. If I sing it fast. uh, okay. You know what? I can't find it, so I guess it wasn't that important. Anyway, let's go on to something else. Let's say women business owners supporting each other is the energy we love to see. Akilah Releford Good received a beautiful as ever gift box from Meghan Sussex, and she sent it. She sent it. Yeah, that's it. That's some of that Middle English. She's sending. She's sending. She sent it back a harvest basket of handmade goods from her own brand, Mutual Love, Mutual Care. Now that is very, very touching that she sent it back. That she sent it, she's you know what I'm trying to say. That she sent one back. That she reciprocated. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. Reciprocated. Which really is the same thing. Whether I say it fast or I say it slow, it's all the same. Fellas, Anna Mae and me need to talk. Don't F with me, Ike. Get away from me, Ike. Anna Mae Ham Hock Bullock. Okay. Uh oh, you know what? That's probably I bet she will. She will probably be on the podcast. Yes, she will probably be on the podcast. Uh why did you hear me over here singing Fly Me to the Moon? It all sounds the same. Anyway. Now you see that's gonna make me go and dig out what's love got to do with it. I think I've only seen that movie once, but um I love that part. Don't F with me, Ike. Get away from me, Ike. Anime, I said sing that song the way I told you to sing it. Whether I sing it fast or sing it slow, it all sounds the same. What you say? I said it all sounds the same. He got mad, didn't he? Was he big mad or little mad? It don't matter. He was hot, wasn't he? Because she told the truth. He got mad because she told the truth. Because all his songs sound the same. Okay, listen, y'all. We're gonna end up being here more than an hour. So that's the last time I'm gonna say that it sounds the same. Now we got stuff to do. Oh. Okay. Whew. I'm back. I'm back. You know what? I want to find that article though. I would love to find that article. Hold on a second. Don't you all? Oh, you know what? The article was right there. How did I miss that? Or is there an article? Maybe there isn't one. You know what? They put it on the, I don't think there is one. They put it on the Twitter. So I don't think there was actually an article. At least I don't think so. So I'm looking for an article that doesn't even exist. They don't even have a link for it. That's okay. We'll be hearing from her again soon. But that is very Meghan, a girl's girl. Let me see. Yes, I get the giggles right now. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? If I had to say anything nice about Sophie, at least she wasn't ashy. You know what I mean? Her elbows wasn't ashy. I didn't clock her or anything ashy. At least she wasn't ashy. And that says a lot. I don't trust anybody that's too ashy. So ashy or dusty. I don't trust people like that. Now, here's another one. I'm only going to do the sound for this one here, but this is, I guess, a content creator. And listen, she didn't click her nails. If she clicked her nails, we wouldn't even be talking about her. I would have skipped right past her. But she did not. She did not click her nails. So let me grab that for you so you can hear her speak about her experience with As Ever. You know what? I love that name, As Ever. I am kind of glad that we're not saying American Riviera Orchard. I'm so glad that we have As Ever. I am super glad. It sounds so much better. It sounds so much better. I love that as ever.
From Meghan Markle's. I just received products from Meghan Markle's lifestyle brand called As Ever, and let me tell you what I think. Whatever your opinion is about her, you gotta give credit. Look at the packaging and the branding of just the overall brand. Exactly how it comes mailed. Actually, really pretty. Raspberry.
Oh God, she got all of that music. I don't think the music could be a problem though, but ugh.
jam looks like. It feels very like regal. The raspberry jam, it smells so good. It's actually good. You want to go and give this a try with a piece of toast?
Okay, that's enough, girl. I don't like all that music. That music is a little bit too much for me. It's too loud. But anyway, she said it's regal. She said it's nice. She's gonna try it on some toast. Next. Oh, right here. From Chris Barron Smith. Top tip: if you're in a pinch, just use a box of old school vanilla pudding. Or if you can't make the homemade if you cannot, or if blah, blah, or if you can't make the homemade chantilly cream, add vanilla extract and a touch of sugar into frozen whipped topping. However, you have time for it will be delicious. Whatever. Oh, let me focus. Whatever you have time for, it will be delicious, Megan. So Megan did say that. It kind of went by a little fast in the video, I think. But or did she say it? Did she say it, or did she put that in the caption? But anyway, it was somewhere where she said, just use something else. And that's something to remember because a lot of the derangers, they love to omit all of the suggestions that Megan have made for alternatives. Like when Megan spoke about the ice with the edible flowers in it. Of course, they said, "Oh, Megan said to use distilled water. Everybody can't afford distilled water. Why is she telling that thing?" Knowing that there was more to it. Knowing that there was more to it. Yeah, and I, I'm gonna just say I know that I'm an older person, and I'm easily triggered, and some things really can get me going. And because I know most of us are older, that's why I'm like very careful about some of the images that I share and some of the things that I say because, especially when it comes to Harry and Meghan, certain things can have me upset for a couple of days where I'm just like in that certain space in my head and I can barely get past it. Fortunately, I didn't um get too down about um, Sophie, only because Sophie is so obviously grifting in some kind of way, and that initially we got the article from what was it, the Times or whichever paper it was, where they just called her out, and then of course the usual suspects tried to lift her back up. And it's been like a little seesaw ride. It's been a push and pull situation. So that's why that one didn't get to me so bad, is because it's so glaringly obvious. And I feel that in time it will get sorted and we can just kind of brush off this little temporary distraction and get on to some other things. So hopefully the podcast, which is coming in just tomorrow, on the 8th, will drown out the rest of that until whatever time. Hopefully she will quietly and discreetly go away and we just don't have to be bothered with her anymore. But I don't like the distraction. Okay, so let's move on. Oh, when I grab my La Creuset, I like to cook every day. So I tell you, I can afford it. When I heat up my stove and plates, and I get ready for a date because it's Le Creuset and I can afford it. Yes, that's that famous French song, Le Creuset, I can afford it. And why would someone write a song like that? Because there was this notion that Black women can't afford these things. So why is Meghan tormenting them? First of all, Meghan hadn't said a word. Meghan's just cooking her single pan spaghetti. That's it. She didn't say a word. But when I tell you that they really, really rubbed Black women the wrong way, even at this late date, um, there are still people saying, listen, don't tell me what I can afford and what I can't afford. And here's one right here. She's on TikTok. Oh, you know what? I got to start. Let me see here. What is her TikTok name? Anyway, I'll get you that in a minute. I can't really see that small print there, but yeah, they gonna learn. You know, you got to teach people. They're gonna learn. Stop telling these Black women what they can afford. Oh, her name is. Oh, I can't even see that. It's kind of blurry. Oh, no wonder. I mean, no worries. I'll find it. I will find it. But in the meantime, let's hear what she has to say. Because they didn't woke her up out of her sleep so that she can tell you what's on her mind.
I drink my wine and look at my Le Creuset inventory, because from what I understand, the New York Times was saying that all Black women cannot afford Le Creuset. And I was like, that's weird. They twisted a young lady's words when she said, hey, can y'all make this a little bit more affordable in price? Something a young lady in her age group would say. I have a 25-year-old daughter who wants things to be more affordable than what they are. So I totally understood what the young lady was saying. But for the New York Times to write that hit piece and go on the tangent and saying Black women cannot afford Le Creuset, well, I thought that was really crass. Let me show you. So we have here the cast iron portion of my inventory. And I have a few of the specialty pieces. My child calls this the volcano. It's the tangine, the petal brazier and shallot, and all of this. That is the 4 skillets, bread oven, statues, round oven, this beauty, everyday pan, and I did snag a glass lid to go with it also, the oval, all of that. So this is the stoneware portion. Bakeware, storage. And as you can see, I have the second of the Sheila Bridges Harlem Twa picture. Oh, and I forgot my lid stand and my mortar and pestle. And just because the mugs for the Le Creuset Harlem Twa were sold out, I decided to get the Wedgwood teacups and mugs. That's 2 of them. The other 2 are not here yet, but it will be all the stories for the Harlem Twa, which also accents my Tiffany Twa. So, New York Times, please don't ever come for Black women unless we send for you. We can afford stuff. We have nice stuff. And with that, I'm going to
bed. I like her. Now let me figure out what her name is. It is Lenora Waldron. Lenora Waldron. That is the name she uses on TikTok. Lenora Waldron. And yes, she has a vast collection, as she says, my inventory. I love that. So that red thing there, that is what her child refers to as the volcano. I don't know exactly how one uses that, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, she's probably got a $2,000 or $3,000 or more worth of Le Creuset. Yeah. She had to get up out of her bed so that she could tell y'all, don't tell me what I can and cannot afford. That is part of the Meghan effect that we didn't even know was a thing until it was. I mean, we knew there was a Meghan effect, right? But where it concerns Black women in their cookware, that is something new. And Meghan hadn't said a word. All she did was made some spaghetti, and it just, snowballed from there. And I think everybody wins because that is some cookware that you can definitely pass on to the next generation. Let me see it coming in the video as well, because most of us already had Le Creuset pieces, and they exploited the comment of a 20-something-year-old who simply said, is there an alternative? And yes, there are some alternatives. Now, the only time I actually saw one mentioned in a video, the person said themselves that it does not stand up to day-to-day use. It doesn't wear as well as the Le Creuset, but she uses it as an alternative. And when she held it up, you can see how the inside of the pan was kind of ruined. And it makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference. I like to cast iron with enamel because even though um, I have a stainless steel sink, I still prefer the old fashioned white porcelain sink. Yes, the iron tub with the enamel coating. I prefer those. They just seem, I don't know, I just prefer those. And I am kind of over the idea of stainless steel appliances. Um I hope that one day they'll trend back to colors with appliances instead of just, it's either white or stainless steel. I hope they go back to some of the colors like they had, back in the 50s, the pink and the green and such, um, or should I say coral and the turquoise and such. I hope they go back to that because yeah, but stainless steel, I'm kind of over it. Okay. And of course, there is the Le Creuset. Is that the Brazier? Anyway, I love the ones with the Eiffel Tower on it. That is so cool. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, my pinch bowls are coming soon. Until I make it to the outlet store, I'm holding out for that. But in the meantime, just so that I can feel a part of it all, I'm getting those pinch bowls. So, so I can say I have something from Le Creuset. It's a way for me to feel closer to Meghan. Let me see here. I've had a Le Creuset forever, passed down and additional pieces purchased. I never knew it was a thing. My family loves to cook, so we have the best and deserve the best. You know what? You get a bell for that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, hey, official Lauren Brown. I didn't know you were here. Lauren says Smedge has great colors. Oh, that's good to know. I've seen like a few apply. Okay, I think Professor Tim Wilson has a Smedge refrigerator, and I've seen those teapots. Is Smedge really popular in the U.S.? Because I've never seen those in the U.S. I've never like seen one in anybody's home. Oh my God. Okay, if it's at Williams Sonoma, they have 190 tea kettle from Smedge. Am I saying that right? Is it Smeg or Smedge? Oh, I see some colors here. That's nice. Thank you for telling me that. Um okay, Smedge fridge. Oh my God, these look so retro. I love it. Very mid-century. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I love this orange one. $2,500. I'll never have one. But I'd rather get out some contact paper. But yeah, if I could afford something like that, I would definitely get it. Oh my God, they got one with the Union Jack. Nice. It's good to know that that's available anyway. That is very cool. Okay, now they do have a small refrigerator freezer for $89.98. It's not a family size fridge, but it's very nice. Nice little retro piece to have. Ah, very cool. I like. I like. I love saying Williams Sonoma. It makes me feel very posh. When I say Williams Sonoma, I feel like I'm gonna go outside and get in my Volvo and drive off. Right, my Volvo station wagon. I just feel like I'm going to um, pay for my purchase with a platinum Amex card, and then I'm going to go out and hop in my Volvo and drive away. That is the mood I get from Williams Sonoma. Okay. All right, let's move on. Thank you very much. Um, right here. So, I forgot my visual aid, but that's okay. I meant to throw a image of the honey, but we all know what it looks like. So there you go. This is what I mentioned yesterday, and I neglected to put it up because I forgot. And then I had to go and find it again. It says, I was so sorry to hear about what happened with your order, and that due to our overselling, we are not able to get you the limited edition honey. Please know the team worked very hard in every department and felt just as sad when we learned what had happened. I know it's not the same as the limited edition item you had your heart set on. I will feel the same. I'm sorry, I would feel the same. So I would also like to promise you something else. When your next limited edition item drop happens, you won't be the first. I'm sorry, you won't blah, one more time. You won't just be the first to know, you'll be the first to receive it. No need to order. It will come to you in the mail as a gift from me. Thank you again for your understanding and support, and for continuing to celebrate with us during this exciting time of launch. So much more goodness is coming soon. As ever, Meghan. Oh, you guys, remember the tabloids were making a big deal about that not skinny but not fat person? Remember that lady, not skinny but not fat? And they said that she um said something disparaging about Meghan, but she really didn't. Um she received a gift box. Yeah, I saw on the Instagram that she also received a gift box. I forget what her name is, but I think she's a podcaster or something. But anyway, she received a gift box of her own. Let me see if I can find her. Not skinny, but not fat. Yes, that's what she calls it. But yeah, she received, that's the one where Meghan wrote the letter, and Meghan said, do not be scared. This is the fun part. And remember, I got really upset about that because they were saying that Meghan clapped back, and that definitely was not a clap back. She was just trying to encourage someone not to feel anxious. Anyways, that young lady received a gift box. Okay, let me see. Yeah. Okay, just so you guys know, she received a gift box from Meghan. Again, another one of those instances where they let me see, I have the exact one there, and it is the one that I oh, okay. Oh, okay, thanks. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, I was just looking at some of your comments. Hey, so brother, I didn't know you were here. Thanks for being here. All right. So yeah, not skinny but not fat received the gift box. I don't know how many gift boxes they sent out, but I'm pretty sure that one of the squatties is definitely going to count them up or create like a collage or something like that. And when that does happen, I will let you know, because I am curious to know how many boxes have gone out. Okay. Hey, Miss S, thank you for being here. Thank you for the support and purchase of the day of launch. As many of you have seen, the excitement created a volume of traffic on the site that even we couldn't have anticipated, with everything selling out in under an hour. The orders were happening so quick that the what is that, back end of the site didn't have a chance to keep up. The limited edition honey that you purchased was unfortunately already sold out. We are very sorry, and will be refunding your purchase of this item. In addition to the refund, please let our customer service team at asever.com, info@asever.com, know if there is another item you would like us to send you free of charge. We are working on replenishing inventory and will gladly send you an item of your choosing to thank you for your understanding. Now, that is very professional. What I noticed, is that my credit card statement, let me see. You can see where I attempted my purchase several times, and several times it did not go through for whatever reason. So I know it wasn't me. That Shopify retail. So I see it once and then it was refunded, twice and then it was refunded. And then I see several times where it is still pending. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 pendings and 2 refunds. So I believe I tried to make my purchase 9 times. And a couple times it went through and then it was refunded. So by the time it finally went through, I was down to 2 items. And that was about, I think it was like $34, $35 with delivery. So yeah, it was not me. It was the site was just overloaded, which is a good thing for our Duchess. Okay. Oh, and you know what? Lady Sussex did not come on today. So if you're listening, Lady Sussex, we are with you. You know that whatever is going on, or if you just needed time for school or something like that, we are here with you. Whatever you do, know the Sussex Squad is with you. I'm going to check and see if she left a message today. Okay, let me take a look. Nope, she didn't post, which makes me worry just a little bit, but just a little bit. But I hope everything is okay. So anyway, all the best to you, Lady Sussex, George, and Charles. And of course, your mom. All the best to you and your mom. Okay. Is that con or clone? Or you're saying? But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on it. I will keep an eye on it. Thank you for that. Yeah, but it was very hectic. I was trying my best to get my order in, and they just kept taking stuff away from me. Meghan Sussex brand, as ever, sending sweet messages, apologizing for items being sold out and offering customers who won't receive the items they purchased due to it being sold out full refunds and a free item of their choosing, which is super, super nice. Okay. Well, they were caught off guard. Now, what would you name this pub? Name this pub. Someone? Anyone? Name this pub. Now, you know what name I came up with. You know what name I've given this pub. I don't even need to tell you. The Hoghead Inn. Yes, the Hoghead Inn. You know already, right? The Hoghead Inn. Leslie, you got it too. Pig's Head, that's a good one. And the reason why is because those jowls and all that jiggly stuff around his face. Yes, the Hoghead Inn. Haven't heard much from Hoghead, and that's a good thing. Matter of fact, if I never hear from Hoghead again, it'll be too soon. Like, I remember when Hoghead had first started his talk TV show, and that was supposed to take the world by storm. As a matter of fact, most of I don't know if it's still on, and I really don't care whether it's still on. It doesn't come up on my feed, but initially everything was Meghan this, Meghan that, Harry this, Harry that. But yeah, he's not as vocal as he used to be. Or anyway, nobody really pays him any attention. But yeah, Hoghead and his his talk TV show. Do you guys remember the time that he was in the hospital and he was hoping that everybody would feel sorry for him? And Ruth Riles says, "Don't get better soon. I hate you with a passion." Yes, Ruth said what everybody else was thinking. Sitting up there trying to get some sympathy. Oh, thank you for that. Um, Someone sent me some updated information. Baron, I think that Dr. Releford is her father, who owned Bloom Ranch, the largest Black-owned ranch in LA. The products she gifted Meghan all came from Bloom Ranch. How about that? Oh, and even sent me a link to a video to watch later. A couple of videos. Thank you very much for that. Oh, they're all about healthy living and stuff. Okay, thank you. Oh, you know what? You know what? Let's listen to this together. I will put the link so you could watch it on your own. But there's a news story about it. So let me do this really fast. Oh, and this is from February, Black History Month. Oh, thank you so much for sending me that. So, yeah, once we're done with Hoghead, then let's take a listen to that. But yeah, so Hoghead is a broken person, and you know, he tried to really come up doing what he's done for he's done it too much, and that is he loved to go after Black women who he felt were easy targets. And then, of course, on so many occasions, he has, like the interview he had with Lady Gaga, he would not stop talking about Lady Gaga until she gave in to his coercion and she gave him an interview. He makes everything about himself. He's very good at being the white man victim. And what's so interesting is that some of the biggest bullies, whether it's Pierce Morgan, Donald Trump, it does not matter. You notice that they have convinced people that they have been victimized, but then at the same time, they will tell you that the people they're attacking are the ones playing the victims. Harry and Meghan are always playing the victims, but yet his stock and trade is playing the victim. He's always troubled by something. He's troubled for himself, he's troubled for society, but he's always troubled about something. And there was a time that people like this did not get so much attention on the airways, but unfortunately, times have changed. There's a culture war, and we are forced to constantly see their smug faces all over the place. So if anything changes in the next few years that I think would help society is putting people like this back further down the ladder. But right now, a rich white man playing victim, it seems to be one of the most powerful positions to be in, is a wealthy, privileged white man pretending to have been victimized by society or victimized by a black woman. Yeah, that is their stock in trade. So okay, now I'm gonna bring this up. Am I done with him? Yeah, I'm gonna bring this up. Okay. And this is what I was just looking at. Oh, and I'm going to put the link up for you too. So let me start this at least, and then I will put the link up for you. But I want to listen to it myself, and I cannot wait until I'm done. So let's listen to it together. Is that the right one? Okay.
So we're celebrating Black Heritage. We take you inside LA County's largest Black-owned farm in Acton. It's doing much more than just growing vegetables.
That's where you will find Coco McAvoy this morning, live there with more on the farm's mission. Hi, Coco.
Hey there, welcome to Bloom Ranch in Acton. This is the largest Black-owned ranch in LA County. It is absolutely beautiful and serene. And now we are here inside of the orchard house that was completed in 1916. So happy, so honored to be here.
Welcome to Bloom Ranch.
Thank you so much. This is Dr. Bill Releford. He is the third owner of Bloom Ranch. What does it mean to you to be an owner here?
You know, it's quite humbling to be able to have an opportunity to take this property to the next level. Coming from Oklahoma, I was actually born on a farm in a little town called Wagner, Oklahoma. And I remember my grandparents growing their own food, and we were self-sustained for the most part. We had chickens, we had our own eggs, and you know how important eggs are now. And we had our own cows and pigs and horses. And now for me as a healthcare provider to come full circle from basically being in the city and coming back to something as basic as Bloom Ranch is It's quite humbling, but I'm inspired to be able to have an opportunity to show exactly what land ownership can do for community, family, and legacy.
Yes, and speaking of legacy and community, this is a place that really promotes togetherness too. People come here to gather, to learn. Why is that so important? And especially when we talk about the Black community too.
Well, yesterday we had a Black History Month festival here. It was absolutely fantastic. Over 600 people were here. We didn't know what to expect, but we had music, we had strawberries, we had dancing, we had African drummers, we had food, we had giveaways and raffles. And to see everybody come together in such a wholesome way in an open space like this was just quite humbling for me. One of my daily affirmations is I am joy. I create joy for myself and the people around me. So to actually see that manifest in real time was just quite humbling for me. I sat in the corner just watching everybody have an amazing time. So Bloom Ranch is a very, very special place.
Yes, a special place. And if you can talk about the rich history of it too.
Well, Bloom Ranch was established in 1891 by the Blum family from Switzerland, and they were stonecutters. And this property was a part of the homestead activity that they had here. And every stone in this property here was derived from the Santa Clara River. The Santa Clara River is derived, it starts here at Bloom Ranch. And so when the rain is here, the river's running, you can hear that trickling sound. It's quite amazing. Established in 1891. Some of the best peaches in the world. This home is over 100 years old, where you're standing right now. This is the original floor. It was completed in 1916. So it was just amazing when we acquired this property, didn't know what it was going to be. But this is one of the times where you just kind of just let go and let God a little bit and kind of set your steps for you. When we purchased this property, it was nothing like what it is right now. But to see how it has evolved and how it's been embraced by the community, I'm humbled and I'm inspired by the fact that we can make something great like this happen when we work together.
Yes, what an inspiring message. So important, like he said, when we work together. And this is a beautiful farm. Third proud owner, Dr. Bill Releford. So honored to talk to him and meet him. I'll send it back to you.
Amazing.
Okay, how about that? So thank you very much, anonymous person who sent that to me, because I didn't know that was a thing. But thanks to you, we've all learned something new today. So thank you very much. Oh, really? Oh, and Muriel has sent me something here. Interesting. Okay, thank you. See there, we all learn so much from each other here, and I love that. Oh, wow. Well, make sure you tell us what it was like. Ah, well, if I'm ever in the LA area anytime soon, I'll make sure that I make a note of it and go there. Plan it on my itinerary. That sounds awesome. I don't know if I spelled Bloom right, but I did put a link at the top of the chat so you can see this news report yourself. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. Very interesting. All right, moving on to the next thing. As we all know, Harry is not afraid to call people out when they're wrong about something. And in particular, when it has to do with the honor of his mother, the dignity of his mother, he is particularly determined where his mother is concerned, and also for his wife and his family, and that includes his mother-in-law. So it should come as no surprise that Harry is willing to fight as long as it takes. And it's not about the money. It is about their good names. It is about honor. It is about respect. And it seems as though Trevor Phillips is a bit confused. Combat warning: why Prince Harry should be very nervous about unpleasant note to charity boss going public and danger he faces revealed. Harry has been accused of bullying and harassment. Is that so? Harry race card row. Uh-huh. So yeah, that was an article a couple of days ago where they're trying to make Harry afraid to pursue this any further or such. I just don't think they really know Harry. They totally do not get him. The sacrifices that the Sussexes have made as a family because of this ongoing legal battle with the British tabloids, the legal battles that his father tried to discourage him from pursuing, the legal battles that required Harry to get his own lawyer, right? Because the palace would not stand up for him. So Harry went and got his own lawyers. And this is one of the reasons why I constantly say that they're much stronger than people give them credit for. You all know it, but I don't think the public at large really get that, because they have been through hell with these tabloids. And at any given time, they could have just played the game, but that is not who they are, and that is not what they're going to do. And it is a lifetime commitment, because the tabloids will never go away. The only place that you can fight them is in court. And of course, become more dependent on independent journalists. But that's your only recourse, is the courts, whether it's the court of public opinion or a court of law. That is the only thing you have left, is the courts. So Trevor is trying to help out a friend. He's been friends with Sophie for some time, and he disclosed that before that interview. They posted that on the link or whatever for the interview, and that's a good thing. But I do not expect Harry or Meghan to shrink away from something that they are not guilty of, and to give Sophie a win for something she does not deserve. All of that legal wrangling back and forth in Florida with Meghan's sister, that could have gone away. She wanted $70,000, and Meghan said no. And so, even though it was a big inconvenience, they just kept dragging it out. So Meghan and her lawyers just, kept it going. At any given time, something like this is bound to happen. And if you give in to one, that means you're likely to give in to all. So that's not even an option, because it will encourage the next Sophie or the next sister or whoever to come up with these ridiculous charges or silly race card rows and such. They're really dependent on Harry, the white prince from the royal family, to knuckle under the pressure of everything that can go wrong, because the idea that he will be in appearance picking on this Black woman from Africa who only wants to do what's right. But if she wanted to do what's right, she wouldn't have started this in the first place. She would have kept the focus on the very fortunate recipients of the aid that they can provide through the charity. But instead, she's making it about herself. You know, the first time that Hillary Clinton was vilified, I mean, to an extent where it had a lasting effect on her reputation, was universal health care. Something that most Americans would agree is necessary. And Hillary has never recovered from that. She has never recovered from that. That is something that has been used against her. Even when it's not obvious, it's been used against her. But she didn't make it about herself. It was never about herself. It was about families. And so when they could not pass universal health care for adults, she said, okay, we have to cover the children. And so from that came the, health care where any child across the country is eligible for health care, whole and complete health care, from the rooter to the tutor health care, because she did not make it about herself. If it was about herself and the glory of doing something, she would have just, okay, well, that's that. But she didn't. And of course, the Republicans, most of them didn't even want that. They did not even want to give coverage to children. So the next time you hear somebody say, oh, the Democrats get your votes and they just go away, look at how many children are benefiting from the Democrats. But yeah, so the point is, there's a big difference about making something about yourself and making it about someone else. And that really speaks of how selfish and bitter that Sophie person is. That is a very selfish, bitter individual for a position that is unpaid, an unpaid position. So Trevor Phillips isn't an independent journalist. She has buried herself with all these lies. If he took down Murdoch, you think he can't take down a liar? Exactly. He went up against Murdoch. And there's still a court case against the Daily Mail. So it's not in his nature to just give in. Yeah, absolutely, Mary S. Absolutely. And that's why his middle name is David. Okay. Yeah, the whole thing with the consultants, it's how do you even account for your hours and how much consulting are you actually, what does it mean to be a consultant? Because I'm sure it doesn't mean the same thing in every situation. It seems like it's one of those positions that it really is whatever you make of it. Meanwhile, that money could have built an orphanage or 2 or 3 or 4. It could have provided testing or information, could have provided a lot of things, because the charity is for people in the community that are infected with HIV or AIDS, or has been orphaned, or has a parent or a child that is afflicted. But that was the main focus of Sentabale. Yeah. She's been vindicated. But I would have to say that in my lifetime, that was the worst case of, I don't know, it's just something about her I don't like. There's I just, I don't know, there's something about her. I just don't like her. That was the first time I'd seen something like that. I mean, to a level where you have the press actively working against a person, not calling out people, and accepting and even promoting misogyny. That was the first time I had seen something like that. But certainly not the last. Yeah. Well, they can try, but I don't think that those evildoers will be successful. Well, the only recovery that she could expect to have is to get under the umbrella of Kensington Palace. If she can make, and of course, I don't know how far she can go with well, I tell you, I'm pretty sure she doesn't have any aspirations to work directly with the firm, and nor would she be welcome. You know, they do not hire Black people. They just do not. So, especially for William, you have to be white and you have to have a beard. And if you don't have a beard, then the only other way around that is to be a beard. If you don't have a beard, you can be a beard, but beards are mandatory. Yep. If you don't have a beard, you have to be a beard. See what I did there? Miss Decolonization, she says she's all about Africans, but she didn't even give African consultants opportunities. Exactly. Well, I think when she got called out for the money, that she had a backup against the wall, and she thought she could talk her way out of it. But when she got called out for that money and was warned to step down, I think she just reacted badly to it. I mean, she's 47 years old, right? And she does not have any big um projects that she can fall back on, right? She has left debt and despair just about every place she's gone. She's been paid very well, I imagine, for her time, but she may not have a whole lot to show for it. especially in terms of achievement. She may not have a whole lot to show for it. So let's say she has about another good 20 years of work ahead of her. And then, of course, things will taper off from there in all likelihood. What has she been doing with her time? What has she been doing with her time? And what does she have to show for it? I mean, I see her name mentioned in a lot of places, but what has she to show for it? And it's a very unfair comparison because they're both so different. But say what you will about Meghan, being a working actress, is an achievement. There are, for every person who has a job acting, just imagine all of the people that are tending bar, waiting tables, or driving an Uber, calling themselves an actor, and they don't even have their SAG card, their Screen Actors Guild card, and may never have one. So that by itself, even though people like to make fun of it, having a 7-year gig on television, there are fewer and fewer television productions in a very traditional sense. There are few of those than when I've grown up and watched television. There were so many of them that have come and gone. So that's an achievement. Whatever you think of it, that is an achievement. And that the groundswell of popularity for the show because of Meghan. So wherever you are, however you get there, that you're there and that you were able to succeed in those spaces, that means a whole lot. Yeah, they paid him. They gave him the title Sir. Yeah, they paid him all right. They paid him absolutely no attention. They just gave him that title. And now he isn't. And that's one thing that I learned from Petal, from Facts and Two Cents, is that once you take those honors, you owe them. And they expect you to toe the line. They expect you to toe the line. And that is why some people actually turn them down. And I don't blame anybody like Lewis Hamilton. Hey, his mother spent the day in Windsor. And, you know, it's something that a lot of people love to share with their family, is to meet the royals, have a day in Windsor and whatever luncheon or whatever's going on. That's a big honor and a big privilege. So I don't begrudge anyone who accepts it. But at the same time, so long as you know that they expect something in return for the privilege. And if I'm correct, the honors that started in 1917, you guys. I think it was 1917. When did the British honors system start? Yeah, British honors system encompassing orders, decorations, and medals, has a rich history with some key milestones, including the establishment of the Royal Victorian Order in 1896, the Order of the British Empire, 1917, and the British Empire Medal in 1917, which was later revived in 2012. So they haven't been around that long. This doesn't go back to the days of chivalry. But after World War I, they knew some things had to change. They knew something had to be created to make the royal family relevant, especially when you consider that silent movies brought in a new type of royalty, like the Fairbanks or the Pickfords, Hollywood royalty, and some of every other kind of royalty. But in order to, I guess, show your dominance over society, you present these medals to people so that they don't ever get too big, right? They don't get too big for the britches. So you create this honor system where you are patting them on their head, so to speak, so people will be reminded constantly that you are at the top of the pyramid. I think that's what it was all about. They had a scene about that in the I think it was The Crown, was it? The first time they had to go and bestow the no, it wasn't the honors, it was the picnic, the garden party. The garden party, I believe that replaced the season, right? Where's Hazel Jones? I think the honor party replaced the season. I think the last time they had the season was like around the 1950s when they would have all the virgins from across the land, all of the what do you call it? Let's say Lady Diana. She would go to London. She'd wear white. She would be presented to the king or the queen. So you get a formal presentation at court, and it was parties all over town where aristocratic men and aristocratic women would meet and hopefully fall in love. But that fell out of favor. And so they started having those garden parties at Buckingham Palace. Yeah, I think that's how it works. A debutante ball? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so the whole order of the British Empire, that is something that is just a little over 100 years old. And they give those out to people who have done extraordinary things in the community, fundraising. You get them for being famous in the arts and stuff like that, business or farming. They give them to some of everybody. Okay. Kate Middleton is much stronger person than Meghan Markle in many ways, despite both facing the same gossipy criticism from snobbish courtiers. She would still always accept advice, says former Kensington Palace staffer. Now, Cameron Roy, I'm so sick of this howdy doody, tutti fruity. Oh, I'm so sick of him. I don't know what to do. Cameron Roy joined the Mail Online in September 2023 on the graduate trainee scheme. He then spent 3 months at the Scottish Daily Mail in Glasgow on placement. He previously worked at the Press and Journal newspaper in Aberdeen and enjoys writing stories about Scottish politics. And of course, what they left out is when he's not doing that, He dredged up old articles about the royal family. He rehashed stories about Harry and Meghan, mostly Meghan, of course. And so just to keep busy, I believe what he does is that he'll go and look at some of these old articles, and then he will bring it back and try to tie it into present day events or circumstances, like, oh, the real reason why Harry looked at Meghan like that. Oh, the real reason why Meghan seemed confused about something. Those kind of things. How the real reason Meghan and Kate don't get along. That's what he does for a living. That is what he does for a living. I didn't even read the article. I don't really care. But the thing is, Kate is missing again. Not really missing, but she is absent from view, which means that the courtiers are somewhere trying to get the next big scheme going. What they have relied upon for quite some time is Kate's cancer scare, Kate recovering from chemotherapy, and Kate this, Kate that. They want the public to feel sorry for her because there's nothing else there. If the only strength you have comes from how much weakness we can display or they can display, are you really that strong? Because you have no place else to go. Your family is broke and has been broke for years. Every business your brother touched fails. Your sister was smart enough to marry into another family that's billionaires, even though one of them is a big pervert. What else? Well, we know the type of company that your husband keeps. So this idea that she's so strong, if she really had strength and character, she wouldn't be there now. She wouldn't be there now. She'd have headed to the hills a long time ago. That's not a position of strength. That's weakness. And as far as making some type of what do you call it, connection between the two, I say this, there is no racist component for the criticism that Kate has endured. There's no racist component there. Meghan is the one who has been really dehumanized to the point where people have speculated about her even conceiving children, lying about how she fills out her what do you call it, employment forms, saying that she was trying to pass, and all kind of things that were designed to turn Meghan into some type of pariah. Very different. Kate has privilege. Kate is the English rose. And that is something that is not available to Meghan. Not that Meghan would want it anyway, but the thing is, once again, you have this white man who is not old enough to have really experienced enough life, who probably have very few, if any, Black friends, and in all likelihood, nobody Black in his family. There's just no way that he can give an honest assessment about the differences between the two unless he was open-minded enough to admit, if unless he was brave enough to admit Kate's privilege is the reason why she's still there. Kate is white. The royal family is really the backbone of white supremacy in the country. William has gone to Jeremy Clarkson's farm to uphold his position in white supremacy. To remind people, I'm one of you. Otherwise, he should not be there, but he is. And look at the company that Camilla keeps. It is a very big difference on either side of the Atlantic. There's so many things that I have seen as far as race is concerned that is totally acceptable in the UK. Not that the people of color accept it, but there's just not the ability to push back. There's not enough Black faces in position of power. What the population of the UK is, what, 66 million? And the African American community in the United States, a nation within a nation, about 43 million strong. $1.5 trillion spending power. So that's why there's such a big difference. So people like Cameron can write articles where you just ignore the obvious racism. When the Sussexes first left, one of the first people to acknowledge that it was probably race was Hillary Clinton. Doesn't cost her anything, and it just happened to be true. And she wasn't the only one. There were several people that called it what it is, the royal family racist. No hesitation. But there's no acceptance of that from anybody within Royal Rota. They do not, with their full chest, say exactly what it is. They won't do it. And yet, we're supposed to believe that they're so objective, that they are so unbiased. Impossible. Kate gets a free pass. And Kate's tears were weaponized against Meghan. And there's no acknowledgement or no acceptance of it. And the person that is who helped to weaponize the tears just denied it. Never apologize, never accept responsibility. So anyway, there you go. That is the strongest of the strong. That is the survivor right there. The ultimate survivor. You can see it written all over her face. She's a survivor. She's strong. She's much stronger than Meghan, much stronger than any of them. They're still trying to build her up. One of the weakest, inconsequential, irrelevant people that has ever married into that family, and they're still trying to build her up like she's some kind of corporate CEO. They try to put a binder under her arm and put her at a table full of smart people, and all she could do is look. She don't know what's going on, and she don't care. And I'm just like, it's 2025, and y'all still trying to build her up? The best thing that they could do is just let her keep quiet, right? Put on a nice dress, sit at a table with children, and lay low. Just coast your way into Westminster Abbey. Coast your way into being crowned queen. Because it's really a waste of time. It really is. But I think they're nervous because of the Le Creuset. They're nervous because of everything. The usual stuff makes them nervous. And then they're probably trying to come up with something to push back against the podcast. Maybe they're working on a podcast for Kate. Maybe that's what they're doing. Trying to put her in a podcast. I would love to see that, though. I would get a subscription. I'd pay good money for Kate. For Kate and a podcast. That would be worth my time. I'd get so much material out of that. But they're still trying to build up Kitty. Still trying to find a purpose. Even into her 40s, Rebecca English writes an article. Kate has really come into herself. Kate has found her voice. They're still saying that Kate has just arrived, that she's just figured things out. The best thing you could do is to say nothing, and hopefully people won't notice. Because really nobody cares anyway. It's not something that the public at large, I mean, come on, the British people, there's no big following for Kate. Do you ever see any ambitious career people, career women, that is, girls, who want to be a big high achiever? They don't look to her. Why would they? Why would they? What is there to look at? So they default to her love for children and the early years, and there's no there. It has absolutely no substance whatsoever. When they try to lift her up, they're doing more to tear her down, because you're reminding people that there is a complete lack of achievement there. And she comes into the family with no work experience and no real education, just a vanity degree. And to try to sell them like there's some rom-com couple, they're not. They're not a romantic comedy couple. They're not a Hallmark movie. Has Hallmark even made any movies about the two of them? I'm trying to think. Did they? And if they have, how many? Is there even a Hallmark movie about their relationship, about their courtship? I don't know if I've ever seen one. I mean, if it is, cool, but it's not the love story for the ages. It never has been and it never will be. So, Confessions of a Female Founder. That is going to be huge, I believe, because there are young women out there that want to make it as an entrepreneur. They want to achieve. They want to do philanthropy. They want families. They want the soft life, and they also want to own a business, or they want to make it in the corporate world. There's a lot of young ladies that are looking for motivation. You can't look at Kensington Palace because there's nothing there. Yeah, yeah. And that was that, and I blame her mother for that. I blame her mother for that. Her mother was pushing those girls to at least make it into the aristocracy. I blame the mother for it. I blame Carol. I believe Carol coached and coerced them into being the shallow people that they are. Very shallow. I blame Carol Middleton for that. They were not coached to be independent, not even to be bright, just to be available. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Marsha. Oh, thank you, Elaine. Malcolm. Let's start the week off by giving our Lord Jesus Christ for a new week. Thank you very much. Mediocre Middleton. That's the one. That is the one. Mediocre Middleton. Okay. Let me see. What else do I have? Oh, and just a reminder, the other reason why you don't see Kate is because of Camilla. Camilla has put Kate into a box. And I think it has to do with the Tiara Gate. Camilla said no one is to wear a crown or a tiara except for Charles and herself. And just so you guys know, look, I'm losing my voice. Hold on. I think it's kind of dry in here. But just so you guys know, the last coronation before Charles, every woman in the royal family wore their tiaras. So that was something that Camilla prohibited, was anybody else wearing a tiara. Number two, the aristocrats, all of the lords and ladies, well, the lords, should I say, they were supposed to put on those little, well, and the ladies too, I think, they were supposed to put on those little baronet crowns, those, like little mini versions of the actual crown, only with pearls and like gold balls and stuff on it. But I think they call it a coronet, but they were supposed to put those on. That didn't happen. And not only that, Charles did not invite most of them. There was supposed to be a house full of lords and ladies from all of the dukedoms and the earldoms and the marquise, whatever. All of those people should have been there. They weren't even invited. Charles wanted people from charities, which is nice, but it kind of wasn't a real coronation in that sense. It was not a very traditional coronation. And then, of course, when they want to elevate William, they put him on a magazine cover in uniform to try to make him look like a statesman. That is what they do. They put him in uniform for his 40th birthday. I think there were several articles, puff pieces, where they had William in uniform, looking more like a king and more commanding. And then for Kate, well, you all remember the Catherine the Great article. It was a disaster. Like, for instance, this is what they had them remove from the article. If you guys remember that, about 40% of the article was removed because the palace threatened to sue. Kate Middleton feels exhausted and trapped over enormous workload after Meghan Markle and Prince Harry effectively threw the Cambridge children under the bus by quitting as royals. Sources tell Tatler. You guys, that article was a scream. You cannot find it because they were forced to remove a huge portion of it. However, I did find it, and I did make a video from it, but a lot of it was removed because it was so embarrassing to Will and Kate, especially Kate, the most privileged woman in the country, moaning and complaining about how tired she was because Harry and Meghan were not there to do the work anymore. That really did happen. And they were so embarrassed by that. So anyway, those two are going to inherit the throne. And my suggestion to the monarchy, yes, the slim down monarchy, my suggestion is just leave Kate alone. Y'all said that she wasn't going to come back to work full time until the kids graduate from college or something like that. And I think they should stick to that schedule and stop trying to do comparisons. But the urge to compete with Harry and Meghan is just so strong. They cannot resist it. They just keep having that urge to compete. Kate and William under pressure. Harry and Meghan under pressure. Well, one of them one couple looks moisturized, tan, rested, beautiful. And the other couple, well, I won't get into all that. Yeah, that speaks for itself, doesn't it? I'll leave that alone too. Now, this person, the one who supposedly wrote this withering takedown on Meghan Markle's latest money-making scheme and why we were shocked by what we discovered. Y'all, there is no big discovery. This girl must have said that the raspberry preserve seemed very sweet. It smells very sweet. It tastes very sweet. She said sweet, I think, 7 times, as though that was a bad thing. But it was a lousy review. It was too thin. See there, it smells very sweet. It's a pretty color. It was like a 5-year-old doing a review. A 5-year-old. And where they found this person, I don't know, a shelter of some type, a bus stop, one of those places for people that are struggling, if you know what I mean. I'm trying not to say the words, but exactly where do you find this person? But it was an exclusive because they could not get the product. And you know what? This is brilliant, though. Don't ship it, and I am very sorry to people in the UK who wanted it, but if the first batch would have gone to the UK, there would have been so much more of this nonsense, right? But it took them about a week to get this. So I could see the wisdom in that. It took them a minute to try to get some type of assessment because really they don't know anybody who has it. I think this girl is American, so yeah, they did not have the access that they wanted. And by the time they do get some, they'll be sold out again. So no worries. Now, I have this young lady right here. And matter of fact, this is the last thing I have. Yeah, we're going to finish with her. She points out some very interesting things that I thought were brilliant. Or as I like to say, she gets it. I like her because she gets it.
People I see complaining that Meghan is just too perfect in her show, that it's just too curated. There aren't enough mistakes. They want to see her making mistakes. They want to see her being more human. Anybody who says this tells me that you have not been following this woman's story for the past 5 years. You have absolutely no idea the turmoil that this woman has been subjected to anytime she makes the slightest mistake, anytime she makes the slightest facial expression that people find disagreeable, anytime she moves her arm the wrong way, anytime she looks in the wrong direction. You have absolutely no idea the level of scrutiny that she has been subjected to if you are complaining that she presents herself as too perfect. I do think that Meghan Markle over-curates herself because she has been scrutinized to a degree that would drive any sane person absolutely mad. The way that she must hyper-analyze every single thing that she says and does, the way that she must have pored over every minute of this footage to make sure that there were not things that people could single out and critique for absolutely no reason the way that they usually do, is like beyond crazy. Of course it's perfect. Of course she looks too perfect. She cannot afford not to. And I think it's really easy to sit on the sidelines and to say, well, just ignore the haters, ignore the criticism, and like be yourself. Just be yourself, show us the messy side. I don't think we're ever going to get to see like messy Meghan because she still has respect for the institution as far as Harry is concerned, and she still perceives them, because they still kind of are, as like royal. And I think in her mind there is a level of decorum that comes with that. She is always going to present in a certain like royal-ish way where like you really don't show a messy side of yourself. Like you wouldn't see Kate showing like her messy side. So like personally I'd love to see it. I would love to see Meghan just like say fuck the haters and like live her life the way that she wants to live it. But I do think that she's always going to be curated in this way, in part out of respect for the institution that like Harry comes from, and also out of self-preservation, because if she does anything less than perfection, she is absolutely crucified for it. Also, the number of people I see complaining that Meghan is just
Okay. So Sally Taylor version. Sally_Taylor version. That's her TikTok. But I think she gets it. I think she really gets it. And she makes some very good points there. Because I tell you, anytime I have someone overbearing that is, watching me out the corner of their eye and waiting for something to go wrong, especially like when you're trying to drive. That is the worst time to have someone given that energy like that. It takes a toll on most people. It will take a toll on most people. And to have your name thrown around um, in public, in print, on television, there's not a news cycle that has gone by in what, 8 years now? There's not a single news cycle that has gone by where Meghan has not been featured here, there, and everywhere. That's a long time. It's like it's almost like Michelle Obama being in the White House for 8 years, right? Plus add 2 years leading up to Inauguration Day, and you have constant scrutiny about every little thing. I heard someone say, "Why is she always showing her arms? I'm so tired of the arm thing." And some people don't have enough sense to say to themselves, it's not um, Michelle Obama pointing at her arms, it's the media. They won't stop talking about it, making comparisons, creating some characterization. It's not the person. There's so many things we would not know about or wouldn't have taken a second look at if it wasn't for the media. That's why the whole idea of these popularity polls are so ridiculous, because the messaging from the tabloid media has been nonstop. Kate good, Meghan bad. William good, Harry bad. So the fact that you can get, let's say, a little more than 35% of the country to like have open hostility against the person, or if it's 25% or even 10%, is it any wonder? Because the only reason why people can say certain things and feel certain ways is because they have been conditioned. They have been conditioned to look at someone with negativity, to ask ridiculous questions. Meghan is not overexposed because of Meghan. Meghan has been overexposed because the tabloid media is making money. Because the TikTokers and the YouTubers and the wherever else they come from, the Twitter people, they're making money. It's engagement. It is engagement. That's where it comes from. That's why, when you argue with someone about what another person is thinking, say a politician or whoever, I'm honest enough to say you and I both know what other people have told us. And then from there, we've had to make an assessment. But I can't say, oh, I know what they're thinking because I spend so much time with them. I have not. I have not. So we're all entitled to our opinions, but we're not entitled to the truth, because there's no way we could possibly know what the truth is. We just have to make an assessment and make a judgment and use our gut belief to determine how we feel about another person. So, but yeah, she gets it. She gets it. Meghan respects the institution. That is her husband's family, his birthright, her children's birthright. So, of course, there's not going to be a day when Meghan just says, F it. That's not going to happen. And whatever relationship that Meghan had with the Queen, she committed herself to that family, for the sake of her husband. She committed herself to that family and said, okay, yeah, I can do this. But the rest of the family did not want her to be successful. And they worked really hard to make sure that there was always some doubt about her ability. You know, we see her doing the job, but unfortunately, a lot of people, you know, with all the gaslighting, I just don't like her. And it's just nothing that, you know, as an individual, you can do about that, except for when you have the opportunity, reaffirm this is the Meghan I know. That's about all we can do. But otherwise, to be under that kind of scrutiny is horrible. And every day, I think Meghan is so much more herself, but it's going to be with limitations because of, you know, the fact that she is the Duchess of Sussex. And that's something that she's going to be for the rest of her life. And she's showing the proper respect for her position. And she has not put a foot wrong. Harry and Meghan have not disrespected their titles. Now, falling out with the family, that's another thing. But they have not done anything that the rest of the family has not done or are able to do, whether it's selling products, doing a television interview, what else? You name it. They have not done anything wrong. There's no reason to insist their titles are taken away because they haven't done anything. They have not done anything wrong. So, okay, with that, you guys, I am done. Oh, thank you, Ingrid Soares. I'm loving TikTok right now. People who aren't squatties are calling. Yes, plus size fairy. Yes, they are. And there's so many of them. It is so many of them. The more they push, the more they're causing people to take another look. And the With Love Meghan has started something. It has really started something. I mean, I know this sounds a bit cliche or maybe a little hokey, but it really has brought families together. People have watched it and people are eating better. People are making their own stuff instead of going to the drive-through. I've never made donuts before, but if I do, it will, in all likelihood, because of With Love Meghan. See, I didn't know that they had a donut tray. I thought all donuts were fried. You know, I thought they just threw them in a thing and fried them. I didn't know that they had like a baking tray for donuts. But every day on TikTok, not one, but several videos where people are saying, I never thought I would do this. Now Meghan got me in here cooking this and doing that and such and such. I used to watch Rachel Ray. I've seen a few Martha Stewart's, a few other cooking shows. And it was just entertainment. But none of them had me so compelled to actually make something until Meghan's show. Other than that, it was just passing the time. I mean, I would, you know, try to come up with my let me see. I'm trying to think, is there anything I've ever cooked? Actually, I cannot think of anything. I want to say yes, but I don't think so. Oh, by the way, I did make the spaghetti, and it was awesome. I just made too much of it. I put the whole thing of spaghetti, and that was a mistake, but it was delicious. Um, And I made it. I didn't like add anything else to it. I just cooked it, just like Megan would have cooked it. Um, I didn't add anything extra to it because I wanted to, be as authentic as possible. But what I have left over, I think I'm going to throw some Italian sausage in there. Yeah, I think I'm going to throw me some Italian sausage in there. But I ate my filling of what I made, and it was delicious. Lane Malcolm says, "Hello, Baron and friends. Today is my birthday, April 7th. So I am so thankful that I live to see another wonderful year. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for your blessings, grace, and love." Well, happy birthday. I think we're going to have to do a salsa, which this is perfect timing. This is a nice way for us to close out today. So I'll stick around for a few minutes so people can send you some birthday greetings, and then we'll saucer our way out of here. How's that? But happy birthday, many happy returns of the day, and thank you so much for sharing your birthday with us. Good night, Ingrid Soares. Okay. I'm gonna roll back here and right. Absolutely. Let me see. Yeah, and I remember when they first, got established in California, there were a lot of people saying, leave those titles behind, and you know, they don't have to listen to this or worry about that. But I keep saying, do not underestimate that family over there, especially while they're desperate, and they are very desperate. They're not the ones to turn your back on, right? Do not turn your back on that family. Um, you know, you cannot. You just should not. You should not. I don't think it's ever a good idea to turn your back on an enemy, and sometimes it's just not a good idea to turn your back on family, especially people that essentially are above the law, if you understand what I'm saying, that are really above the law. Don't turn your back on them. But um, her children, her children are a prince and princess. So I think it's very important to conduct oneself with a certain level of decorum based upon that. And then, of course, your own, um, if you have have very ladylike tendencies, you don't change that for anyone. You stay who you are and stay true to yourself. Okay. Yeah, it has definitely made her more popular. I'm not sure that the price is worth it in terms of um, needing round the clock security. It comes at a price, and I believe that price is the round the clock security. And that is the price for that popularity, round the clock security. Because they, if it was just, um, well, if it was one type of a thing, but like you said, smear campaign, and smear, I believe that means something negative. And they've already put people in jail for threatening the Sussexes. So it does make one more popular, but it also comes at a price. Okay. Oh, Marcia says, I've made the one pot pasta so much I added my own ingredients to it. I feel so full after eating it. Now, okay, I put the kale and I almost purchased the arugula. The kale never cooked down soft enough for my taste. It was still a bit coarse. I wish I would have got the arugula. I don't think I've ever cooked, or I never buy kale, but I bought some. And I wish I would have gotten the arugula because I love arugula anyway. But yeah, so I learned a lot from making that first pot. I did. I learned a lot from it. But moving forward, I will probably use half the amount of spaghetti I did. I used the whole thing, and I never cooked spaghetti before. Seriously, I have never, ever cooked spaghetti before. That was the first time in life that I've cooked spaghetti. Yep, I admit it. That was my first foray into the world of spaghetti. I don't make pasta that often anyway, and that was the first time I cooked it. So I had no idea how much was too much. I just put the whole thing in there. And no, I didn't have to break it. But yeah, it was a bit too much. And I could have even gotten the spinach. I should have got the spinach and the arugula, and I did not. I just got kale. The kale doesn't taste bad or anything. It's a little too coarse for my taste. Oh, and by the way, you guys, there's a little trick that you can use for the cherry tomatoes, where you take something like a plastic lid from a yogurt container or a Cool Whip or sour cream. If you take two of those, put one on the bottom, put your cherry tomatoes in the middle, and then put the other one on top, and just take a knife and cut right through it instead of cutting them individually. So much easier and safer. I used a bread knife with a serrated edge. That's what I used. But otherwise, it was delicious, and I will definitely make it again. But I'm going to add some protein to it next time. But I just wanted to make it like Meghan the first time. I'm looking for my pictures, and I don't see the pictures I took. That's strange. Oh, wonder if it's in my phone and not on my PC. Wow. Very interesting. So, wow. For whatever reason, that did not cross over. Yeah, it did not cross over. Oh well. But that was delicious. It was delicious. I would definitely make it again. Yeah, but I love Italian sausage. There me some Italian sausage in there with my leftovers. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I understand. I understand. Okay. Well, let me tell you what I did. I wasn't sure that I actually had enough lemon zest. I forgot that I had a box grater. I kind of knew it, but I was like, do I have one? Because I haven't used it in ages. And when I opened up the cabinet, when I tell you that was the first thing that I saw, and it's a nice one too. I'm like, but you know what? I think I got it from my aunt when she was purging her house of a bunch of stuff, you know. I believe that's where I got it from. So I probably never used it or maybe used it once. And there was something that looked very small. So I tried to zest a lemon using that. And I'm not sure that it was enough. So eventually I just cut maybe a third of the lemon, cut it off and just squeezed it right into the pan. Because I like lemon. I love lemon. I love lime. And that's why I know I'm going to love the raspberry preserve because I have lemon and lime in my house at all time. At all time. Anytime I go to a grocery store, I just pick up a couple more because I know I'm going to use it. So, yeah, that is something that I keep constantly available. And it seems like Megan loves lemon with some of everything. So, yeah. When I eat curry food, I squeeze lime on it. Oh, you eat it raw, huh? I was just like, how much heat does it take to cook this down? I don't know how much mine costs. I wasn't paying attention. But it was good though. It was good. And I love cherry tomatoes anyway. Well, the one pot pasta. Megan has started a revolution. The one pot pasta. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go and we're gonna saucer our way out of here. Yeah, we're gonna be eating so much healthier and also paying more attention to what we eat, finding alternatives. Definitely that. I got the nicest tea kettle. One of the squatties sent it to me. I forgot who at this point, but I do apologize for that. But it's like I think it's like an infuser. I think you call it anyway. I've never had a tea kettle this nice before. The last time I had bought a tea kettle, I got it from Aldi's. It's just, actually it's not it's just to heat hot water, that kind. But I guess you can call it a tea kettle. So I have one of those. And I was hosting a friend from oh gosh, what country are they from? I forget now. But they were like doing the whole cross country backpacking through the US, and they said that I was like the only American they ever met that owned a tea kettle. I'm like, seriously? Yeah. I'm talking about the electric plug-in kind. They had never encountered another American in all the years that actually had one. And I just bought it by chance from Aldi's because I'm like, oh, that's a bargain. Oh, you're welcome, cookies and cream. Thank you. But yeah, I like to get to know people from other places because it's always interesting to see the difference or learn different stuff of, you know, like I remember someone told me, that's your refrigerator? I'm like, yeah, all Americans got refrigerators this big. It's mandatory. We would sue or write our congressman if we didn't have that big a refrigerator. Because a lot of Europeans, their refrigerator is just like under the counter. It's like the size of the dishwasher. I'm like, that's not enough refrigerator. I need my refrigerator to be about as tall as I am. Look, and about as wide as I am too. Okay, I'm gonna go and rest my voice and I don't know. I don't know. Once electricity came around, it was like an invention every week. Uh-oh, here comes the toaster. Uh-oh, here comes this, here comes that. I mean, it was just like one appliance after the other once the electricity was incorporated. There was a episode of Downton Abbey where Mrs. Hughes wanted to treat herself, so she purchased herself an electric toaster. Yeah, and that was the first time that anybody in the house had ever seen a toaster before, but she had bought it like a treat for herself. So in her office, she could have her tea and make herself some toast with butter. Pamela Vickers Tuttle. Okay. Well, I hope you have a fantastic and productive day at work. Is it that late? Oh, you must be on the East Coast. Yeah, we better call it a night. All right. Happy birthday again, Elaine Malcolm. And we're going to salsa our way out of here. And we'll see y'all next time.